Oh my God.
So, in the end, it drove very bad. These kept on spinning around, and that's why that broke there. It spun around and it then probably hit a stone or got stuck somewhere and just ripped a piece off. So I think we're going to put these on the drag car. Because the problem is that when you accelerate, it lifts up like that, and then these spin, and then it gets caught and gets stuck. But with this one, that can't happen. So, let's try it. Before we go shred it up on the tarmac, we can have a better look at what happened. So, you can see there's a little gap there in between the two parts. On the bottom here is full of like dirt and sand, and the screws are covered in sand as well. It's all gone a bit yellow and some bits have started falling off. That's the first one. And on the second one here, there's no gap there. However, under here you can see all the bits started falling off as well. It's actually gone a bit see-through there, so it's almost like it's too thin. On the front you can see the infill pattern because the front flew off. But yeah, overall it looks pretty good. Well, except that. Now let's throw these onto the drag car. I don't want to get my new desk handy, so gotta put them in, and the car as well. Oh crap. I decided to change the back ones as well. For these ones, they've got more traction, I'm afraid. Well, these should have more in theory, but they just don't. And they're also a tiny little bit smaller, so it should be better, I think. There it is, all of them put on. And this is what I mean, see? It can, when it's out normally sitting, it can go up like that much. And then they can't twist. So it should stay level for longer, at least. Also, I printed this little thing. It's a phone mount, or any GoPro mount, for your TQI controller, or TQ. So it just goes on like that, and you can have your phone up there. So I'm going to screw that on. It's just 2 screws there. And the next shot will be with this. Alright, I'm outside. Oops. No cars. Awesome news actually, I snapped the controller camera mount while I was trying to put my camera on it, so that's the end of that. Anyway, we're here with the Rustler on the street again. This time dry. That's full turning rock. This isn't flip over anymore though. Some video outside and I touched the curb a little bit and then that happened. So now that's completely gone. It's a bit hanging off, but keep going. And so, like that, the day ended with a bunch of destroyed 3D prints. This completely came off. It's barely on the hub there. This piece is just gone from the top. On the bottom it's all sanded and broken off. We have all these bits lying around. Surprisingly, the second one actually held up really well. So there's nothing from the outside. On the bottom there's just a little bit of sandy, just a little bit of material gone there. We've also got the controller, which had the mount, but then I snapped it off while trying to put the camera on. So yeah, after reviewing the footage, we touched the curb and it just all went really bad. That's gonna be all for this video, guys. I've got to get this guy cleaned up. But if you have any suggestions, it can be anything 3D printed, it can be any cool ideas to do with the cars, anything, just drop them down in the comments below. Maybe I'll try them. Alright, thank you, subscribe, and I'll see you later.